We're going to space.
Whole hullabaloo about you, man, and this mess you got going.
I would take an axe to a couple people's heads. I mean, I would go barbarian.
To a couple robots?
No,
because
to maybe
really...
like a town, like Oblivion style.
Whoa, no, you just...
Sir, we're talking about robots.
Scabies is a that's also a staple of white culture.
Y'all some nasty niggas, bro.
Is that white culture?
I believe
Y'all can
scabies,
keep that shit.
Dirty.
But the black people, they smoke the weed and they get too relaxed.
I'm not getting taken down by no British cops.
Is this true, Don Juice? Is this true? You know the foreign affairs. Is this true?
It's propaganda. Just saying.
Hello, friends, fiends, and everybody in between. We are here again. We've got Vinny just vigorously masturbating off to the side.
That's what you've done this entire time was jerk us off with the starting of this episode.
No, I've been asking. I have been asking for ages
right now.
to start this episode. She tells me Jonathan's on his way with a pizza.
Jonathan said that he was coming.
Oh, Jonathan ain't here, is he?
Jonathan's not a real nigga because he's
said
late.
that he was custom making my order.
Don't they custom make everybody's order?
No.
Wait, is Jonathan the one making it? So Jonathan's not going to be the one who delivers it.
Listen, I don't know who's gonna deliver it. All I know is that someone is
not getting a tip. Jonathan's not getting a fucking tip. That's what
Jonathan
I know.
said that he was custom making my pizzas, and I don't have any pizzas.
What pizza isn't custom made? Like,
listen, this isn't time for technicalities. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeet.
Okay.
I just hope Jonathan gets here soon.
And there are some pizzas that aren't custom made. Some pizzas you gotta get them.
But a pizza that you order from a Domino's pizza or a
technically
Papa John's
you
or
customize every pizza, and it's not like they bring them frozen. You know, like a frozen pizza.
I mean, you don't.
A frozen pizza,
but
like
in the terms of like a factory, like what goes on a pepperoni pizza should be universal. Like,
no, I mean, there's different variants of sauces.
Crust and
there's all
whatnot.
Kinds of variables.
I mean, I get
you
that,
have
but
cheesy crust.
We're not talking about the differences in the particular ingredients that you use, but you're still going to use the same ingredients. Yes, you can customize a pizza. Duh.
But that's what I'm saying. Every fucking pizza that you order from a restaurant. No, sorry. I didn't mean to come hard.
That was aggressive.
But
it's fine.
You're right.
Yeah, cool.
No, I didn't mean to come hard.
Passionate about your pizza.
But I mean, what difference?
I just want to put this to rest.
I'm just letting you know what it said on the fucking tracker. It said that Jonathan was custom making my pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just posited the idea of what pizzas aren't custom made that come from that restaurant.
I'm just telling you what they told me.
Well, I'm sure they just say it to every pizza is what he said.
I guess I'm wrong.
You've been lied to.
No.
No, he might have been custom making the pizza, but he's not here yet. And he's still making that pizza.
That's really the issue. I hope
he's not coming.
Where is this pizza?
He's not coming.
He lied.
They're obviously lying. We got a packed ass table here tonight. To my left, we got the power couple. We got Beyonce and Jay-Z over here.
Yeah,
don't disrespect me like that.
No. Zeb, you don't fuck with Jay-Z? You don't fuck with Beyonce like that?
This second time you said that.
Hey,
you dropping jewel pods, you fucking up.
The whole jewel.
Fucking up. He dropped the whole jewel on the fucking ground. Like, this man fucking up.
If I just drop the pod, you know how much work? I would have to take the pod out for some reason. And these are the cheap pods, so when you take them out, they stop working when you put them back in until you take a Q-tip to the contacts.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Cheap pods.
So we got Big Boss over here.
Terrible. But please, stop,
calling you Beyonce.
Yeah, please don't do it again.
Damn. Okay.
Jeez.
I don't like it.
Everyone's coming
I'm
aggressive
sorry.
tonight.
Could it
I'm
be like
really
more like
sorry.
Offset and
passing
Cardi?
off my aggression.
Is
I
that
did-
more acceptable?
Well, I really don't want to be compared to like any like.
Okay,
celebrity.
understandable.
Like that's
I
just.
mean, it was just a quick analogy for a
I
power
didn't-
couple. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
but
wasn't trying
no,
to.
but they're not because they're like fake.
Okay, that's okay. That's
They're-
fair. That's
they're-
a fair point that they're in it for the publicity of it all. I get
Yeah,
it.
nice comparison.
Do you think Jay-Z eats ass?
Not Beyonce's,
Yeah, probably not.
which is weird.
Why not?
You don't need
You don't think
to.
he eats
What's the
Beyonce?
point?
No, I don't think they like each other. I don't think they actually like being around.
I don't
each
think
other.
that they like each other either.
They're the
but I'm
Bill and
saying
they're
if
the
he
Bill and
ate
Hillary Clinton of the rap world.
Like, I'm sure he has eaten her
Billary.
ass, right?
That's what
Like,
I'm
I'm
saying.
certain he's done it.
Yeah, like year 3.
Yeah,
he
but
did
like
it.
it's like year what 13 now.
Yeah,
Like,
they've been
he's
in it
not
for-
eating her ass no more. She's getting it.
He
eaten
eating
by
Rihanna
some-
ass. No, I'm kidding.
Is he?
No. he
I
wouldn't do
always
that.
thought the
now
bitch
that's
better
now
have
that's
my
one
money
ass
song
that
was
I
the-
would just go.
I never really found Rihanna too attractive. She kind of scares me.
Something.
Why did she
it's something
scare you?
about that woman. I'm telling you.
No. Never mind.
A torch? I don't know what you're
Don't
trying to do
pass
here.
it to him.
So we got Big Boss over here. We got Space Boy Dandy, not Beyonce. I will never compare you to Beyonce again. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
Beat his ass. Get him.
Not quite on mic. We got Bald Mitch.
I'm just hearing spirit. I'm just hearing
We
spirit.
could hear you.
That's Bald Mitch, not Bald Bitch.
Yeah, Bald Mitch.
Bald Mitch.
Bald Mitch.
And he'll beat your fucking ass.
Coming everywhere to a movie theater near you.
The cue ball hits them all.
Okay.
That was terrible. No, I didn't mean to have a pause after
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I was
Moving
trying
on.
I was just trying to hit a joint. That made an awkward pause.
It's hairless and careless summer.
Ooh, I like it. We got
City Boys are up by 50 points.
we got the BH.
Hot girl summer.
BH in the bitch. What's up?
It's down. Honestly, stocks are down.
What, you down in crypto again?
No, I stopped investing in crypto because it was just a money pit. Like I was not good.
So
at
it is down.
No, I was just not at the time. Yes, it was. I don't know about it now. I haven't kept up. Over here we got Daddy. Got the DC.
What's up? Daddy's in the house. Glad to be here.
Wow.
He's got the masala and what's that one? What's that right there?
This is biryani.
That's biryani.
Yeah.
That shit was spicy.
Why was I just reminded of what's the dude's character from Grand Theft Auto? Tony
Vercetti.
Was it? I thought it was Cipriani.
Tommy Vercetti. Yeah, Tony Cipriani. He was the mob boss guy.
I love you,
right?
Tony Cipriani.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
That was a nice little segue.
Nothing.
I don't know what just made me think of that.
I'm still here. AJ, here I am.
He's still very queer.
I'm not queer at all. It's first of all, it's illegal to be gay. June's over.
Oh, okay.
So
It's not illegal. Ever.
Bro, get the pitchfork. It's over for you.
them gays out there.
This episode's getting off to a fantastic
It's terrible.
Fantastic start.
I hate
I
everything.
fucking love it, man.
No.
This is like another episode gonna be good. When
Well,
shit like this happens.
Yeah,
Well,
seriously.
we gotta talk about something serious.
Invested.
First off,
Pick a
right?
good day to come.
So you guys know we have a lot of young men out there who they don't get to. They're either socially awkward or just ugly and
socially awkward
they
men.
end up not being able to get laid, right? And we used to just call them loser virgins and still bully them, but the new term has come out to be incel, right?
Do you know what that stands for?
Involuntary celibate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've known this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew
I
that
didn't
a while
know
ago.
that.
I knew that.
I learned
I knew
something
that
new today.
after.
That's a real thing.
What's his name? The Ultimate Gentleman. What was his name?
Elliot Roger?
Elliot Rogers.
Yeah, Elliot Roger was on the Reddit incel page.
The ultimate gentleman. Oh, yeah, everyone chimes in. Fucking Elliot Roger.
Yeah, the Ultimate Gentleman. That guy was scary, and he
Bro, his eyes were like
soulless.
just dark. Yeah, no soul whatsoever.
So like we have people out there, who really feel like the world's out to get them, and that they'll put that blame onto somebody. So there was a girl, Bianca Devins, 17-year-old girl, from New York, and she was murdered by
Upstate New York, I believe.
Yes, from Utica. Yeah.
Wow.
She was murdered by a 21-year-old man named Brandon Clark, who also goes by Brandon Kowalski.
What?
So
that's a jump.
that is a very
That's a
Polish
jump.
name.
Wait, what was it? What was it before? Brent Brown?
Brandon Clark, who
Wow.
also goes by Brandon Kowalski.
Clark to Kowalski.
So
Okay.
he was taken into custody as he attempted to kill himself. So he met this girl online through her video game streaming and was on a Discord chat with her and talked to her a lot. And they met up at like a convention. And from what I gathered, I don't know the full story. I've seen like screenshots of text that I can't verify. And she was essentially telling him like she was like, when we met, I was having sex with 6 other guys. You know, like essentially telling him he doesn't mean shit to her. And he kind of stalked her, and he ended up beheading her. He found where she was and beheaded her and posted the pictures on 4chan, 8chan, and Instagram.
No 9gag love?
No 9gag, no.
That's fucking awful.
So
Yeah, 9gag used to be popular.
So there's a few issues with this. A lot of the headlines are stating that it's her boyfriend. From what I've gathered, they were never together. She might have fucked him, but they were never together.
Well, you know, headlines are always going to be like
Sensationalist.
Yeah, misleading.
Yeah, like that. Not to transition. Remember that HuffPost shit where it's like, federal law makes it saying go back to your country is illegal, or federal law.
No.
There was some Huffington Post article they were talking about how saying go back to where you came from is illegal. And the headline was federal law says it's illegal. That phrase was illegal. But then if you look into it, it's like it's a fucking federal employment law. So it's only valid in the context of your fucking workplace.
Yeah.
It's not like you can get charged. It's just misleading shit.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Not to just quick segue.
So
That's terrible.
So I have a couple of issues with this. So the whole incel label I do have an issue with, because there's some dudes out there who are just nerds. And like they have an opinion. What I've seen a big response to like a hot take on one side is, oh, sounds like an incel, but okay. So you're essentially saying this dude can't get laid, which is completely irrelevant to a conversation. And like apparently she did lead him on to begin with, and there's no excuse for somebody to murder somebody else, right?
Sure.
But I'm saying like,
I blame this shit on hot girl summer.
Shut up.
I think
what she led him on.
Stop it.
No, it doesn't justify the murder.
I mean, I'm not saying it justifies murder, but
my thing is, you got as a female. In my opinion, as a man, as a female, you shouldn't meet up with strangers online. You know, you shouldn't like talk to people in Discord.
I don't think you should meet up with strangers online if you're a man too,
Yeah,
man.
I was about to say, as a
get set
female,
up.
as
Just
a
to be
male,
fair,
as a child, as an elder, you know, you
I get
should meet
I
with
get sketched out on
strangers.
Bumble or Tinder shit, man. Like,
no,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
agree.
be sketched.
I've never
let's
been
meet
on
at the
Tinder in my
police
life.
station.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
right now.
I was gonna go
Let's
on
run
a
a
date with
background
this
check
chick
right
one
quick.
time, and she's like, "Oh well, you know," she's like, "Oh well, my friend's coming." I'm like, "Wait, whoa, what do you mean your friend's coming?" She's like, "Oh, she's gonna be my security." I'm like, "Okay, goodbye." Like I'm not doing this shit with you. Like if you got to bring security, like I'm not.
Well, that's the thing.
I'm not doing it.
So as a man, right? Like I have a hard time even being polite to women at this point. Like genuinely, because like I don't want them to take it as an act of, you know, some sort of sexual aggression, as like things have been described. Like,
True.
a guy held open a door for me and looked at just to look at my ass, you know, like, all right, I won't hold a door open for nobody anymore. I just if that's the
No, just don't hold the door open for girls.
females,
Yeah. I'm not gonna look at your ass and complain.
Yeah, you hold the door.
You can hold the door open for me all you want, man.
It's like a 90-year-old lady. AJ let the door slam in her face.
I mean, I feel like those are.
I always help old people, except the one at Sam's Club who just was really. They had way too many groceries.
I mean, it's an
I didn't
aggressive response.
But it was the same. It was the same feeling I had about it. I didn't help the old people at Sam's Club because I didn't want them to feel threatened by my presence. Like I wouldn't help a young woman on the side of the road change her. Yeah, no.
At
seriously.
Sam's Club, you were worried about them being threatened about you.
Yeah, no, like seriously.
Listen to what you just said.
Well, no, because I'm
that.
covered in paint. I'm dirty, you know, and it's like I come up. It's like, ma'am, would you like help with your groceries?
You're
They
an
think
American boy.
they think
He's a
I'm gonna-
hard-working boy.
Well, I didn't want them to think I was going to rob them, and then like there's security coming after me. I've seen some shit, and I'm not.
Wait,
with
security
that.
was coming after you?
No, like I don't want that to happen.
But why would that happen?
That's because like the people are afraid of people nowadays, and that's my whole point. Like
I get it, but I still
Like,
think
it's
he's
like-
going.
I feel like people are probably more afraid. I mean, I don't know.
It would be uncomfortable for me to pull over and help a woman change her tire. You know what I mean? Because
That's different than going to Sam's Club, though. Is
No,
all
it's
I'm
the same
saying.
thing. The same thing to me.
Not
Same,
really.
same
It's kinda
feeling that I
different,
got.
It's really not. One
No,
is like
no, I'm just saying the feeling that I got. Like I didn't want to make somebody feel like I was coming up on them. All in all, because in this climate, it's not like it used to be where you could just help people or like go up to people because
You
shit
can't
like
just
this
be
happens.
friendly.
okay. I agree with you there. I agree with you
People
there.
get fucking beheaded. Like you can't be friendly. Like there's a lot of guys out there who literally do go through like a girl's nice. Like I know someone who they went to a particular like sports bar that has a name that's ripped off of a very popular wing place, and he thought that the waitresses were in love with him because they were nice to him because they were trying to get tips. And
Okay,
man.
and
but with the wrong individual, like that could go super fucking far. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
That's,
Like they
I'm just
think
saying
that
people gotta-
it's more than
stock
what
crimes,
it is.
stock
People have
crimes.
to be careful for a lot of reasons. Like people on both sides, the women in these situations have to be careful, and men have to realize like
everybody got to be careful.
you're always as a man. I always feel like I'm a threat to everybody. Like in this climate, I feel like everybody perceives me as a threat, especially when I'm not like dressed decently. Like I look like a dirty fucking person, and I'm perceived as a threat by some people.
AJ's African American, by the way. Everybody. Yes.
No, it's just like, you gotta keep yourself out of certain situations, and I don't think that this girl should have been, as she said, having sex with 6 other guys when she met him. Which
Is that like a direct quote?
She may or may
it
not
was
have
from
right?
a text that
Yeah.
her friend may or may, I don't even know, I can't verify. As I
By the
said
way, she
earlier.
may not have been sleeping with 6 or 7 guys.
She might have been
She
talking
She
to
could've
6
said that.
different
She could have
dudes,
said
but-
that. Yeah, I mean, it's not even a verifiable text, so I'm not going to say this is exactly what happened. It's just a text that was released, and all the headlines are blurred right now anyway. So you can't really take anything as true unless because she's decapitated. She has no say in it, and he obviously, went out here. And you gotta really think about these guys out there. There's a lot of guys who just they latch on. And they think that, like because a girl is kind to them, that's who they belong with. And like, dude, you gotta calm down. Like, you gotta fucking relax.
Keep it in your fucking pants.
It's not even pants. It's brain. It's keep it out your mind. Really, it's you gotta realize
You
that
can't take. Yeah, you just don't. It's like on some. If you give a mouse a cookie, shit, like.
Yeah, if you give a mouse a cookie, then he's gonna ask you for
never-
more shit. He wants a glass of milk, and then like he wants fucking.
Never
This is
heard
what
that.
happened.
If you give a
I see
moose a
what you're saying.
muffin,
This is what happened when you breastfeed your kids till they like 7. This is what fucking happened.
okay, this isn't verifiable.
This is what happened.
No,
Think
that's
about it.
probably
Think
true.
about it, bro. You just
So you're
Think about
7?
think
Yeah,
about
it could
bro.
be.
Going that late, letting your kid breastfeed. They're gonna be fucking like
So this
attached as fuck,
kid
bro.
this kid obviously has women issues, right? And hopefully he, I don't believe in the death penalty that often, but he got caught. You know what I mean? Like it.
Did you say he got caught trying to kill himself?
Dude tried
He
to
got
kill
caught
him. Like
killing
he
himself.
tried to
Trying to
cut
kill himself.
tried to cut his neck.
In his mugshot, you can see
What?
you can see the mark on one side of his neck. He got
Well, I
halfway down
feel like
his neck.
that's all the more reason why he shouldn't get the death penalty because he tried to kill himself. Like, no, you have to sit and live and
Well,
deal
then he'll
with
just
it.
kill himself in
Nah,
prison.
bro, but imagine like if that was like your sister or somebody like, nah, that boy got a fraud.
No, even
Like,
if
gotta go.
I still,
Bye.
I'm personally against the death penalty. Like,
even if it's like
even if it
definite,
was someone that I,
because my whole argument against the death penalty is that it happens too often to people who aren't actually guilty.
that is a argument that I also agree with. But also for me, I just don't feel like any one human has really the right to decide who lives and who dies. And you saying this person has to die because they did X, Y, and Z, I don't feel like anyone has that right. So like that's my personal thing. So I don't agree with it at all. Like, period.
Not bad.
So
Can I just say I accidentally got a piece of your spicy rice into my drink, and it just
No way.
it came back to bite me.
No.
No, you can't say that.
you put rice in the drink?
I didn't put it in there. It
You
apparently
built that
slipped
down.
out of my mouth. It was flavoring.
He was saving it for later.
I don't know what
Chipmunk.
happened there, but I just
Yeah, he's
AJ,
storing it up
spicy
there.
rice.
AJ don't be flossing though.
Just flicked his tongue.
I floss too much. Flex on me, I'll stun on you forever.
Whoa. Whoa.
Holy.
Whoa. But no, honestly, I'm so sad for her. That's terrible.
It
Yeah,
sucks
it's a
for her.
shame.
It sucks for her family. Here's the issue though. She technically is classified as one of those ethos. So it's like she should have deserved to die, right? But this is a thing. Don't do that shit. Just don't put your body on the internet like that. Stop doing it for money.
Stop making yourself a commodity because people will treat you like a commodity.
Stop objectifying yourself, and you might be treated with some respect. And I don't think that anybody should die for how they act at all. Like unless unless they kill somebody. You and I disagree on that.
No,
but
you can't predict how the next person's going to react to
like the whole like sex worker thing. They like cam girls and all that. Like you're not brave. Cam
girls aren't sex workers. They're fucking porn stars.
They call themselves that, but they're like, oh well, you don't know how much bullshit we have to deal with.
Dick.
And it's like you're not brave for like doing this. Like you're not like tortured or anything. Like go work at the fucking Circle K.
And it's also
get a real
job.
That
you brought upon yourself.
You're choosing to do this.
Yeah.
So don't sit back and like you're surprised when motherfuckers act crazy and send you dick pics and shit all the time. Like it's a work hazard and that's what you signed up for.
With respect, people will treat you with respect most of the time.
Exactly. Well,
I'm not gonna say
you will have pockets where people do not and they're out of hand. But the majority of the time, when you speak to people and you act in a respectable manner, they will treat you with that same respect most times.
I mean, not to say that people who do like their quote unquote sex work don't have respect for themselves, because I think that there are some who do. I really do, but I think it's more of just understanding, like, again, if you're gonna present yourself as a commodity or this idea of a thing, people are going to react to you a certain way, and you can't predict how they're going to react to you, but all you can do is like control what you do, and maybe you should do something to try to prevent it or just be more cautious about what you're doing. But like I mean, it's just people have to be careful. Like you can't just be out here playing games.
No games.
Yeah, you guys
playing with your life.
That's why I haven't taken a nude in so long. It's like don't put yourself in the position. It's like what Whoopi Goldberg told that one girl. You can't put yourself in that position. When you put yourself in that position, you open yourself up to a lot of bad things, and one of them might be murder, and that sucks. That I'm not saying you deserve it, but the door was open, which sucks. And I'm very sad for her family and her.
That's fucking awful. Like, can you honestly imagine?
Oh, that guy's a fucking piece of trash.
Like, what the fuck?
Is he alive still?
He's alive. Yeah, he
didn't succeed.
He got taken in. And he
load up the pacer. Let's get him.
I don't want to say his name again because honestly, if you want to hear it, you can go back or look it up. Just Google it. I don't want to give the guy actual publicity because it's some bullshit.
Like, how did this nigga in the middle of trying to commit suicide take a Snapchat photo of himself saying this is the end?
Did he do that? I didn't see that.
Oh
yeah,
that's real.
He was like he was on the road. Right?
He was he was like driving his car. Was it Instagram because he was super Instagram.
No, it was
Instagram.
He kept posting pictures on Instagram and recording.
I think it was just in his story.
Yeah, he did the live while he decapitated her.
That's wild.
He did the decapitating on Instagram live.
Yeah, and they took it down almost immediately. But
he didn't cut her whole head off.
Yeah, he didn't get it all the way off. The pictures were fucking gruesome.
Do you think it should be? Do you think it should be illegal to distribute tapes of that?
Films? No, I mean, no.
Like,
yes,
you mean like a separate charge?
That's a weird thing. That's a really weird thing to say. So, like, what do you like? Depends on where you sourced it from. It's like if it's something that's unsolved, then yeah, that should be illegal. But because that's evidence. But as something that's solved, I feel that should be public record completely. Even
well, I mean, something that's been
because
so like
you can request a lot of that shit. It's not immediately available online, but you can request a lot of those pretty much any crime scene video.
Yeah.
So that's already a thing,
Well, it depends what state you're in, but yeah, for the most part.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know.
I think so, at least. I think it varies by state, but like, no, I'm talking about like that, like what if? Because I remember the whole New Zealand mosque shit. Remember how they live streamed that?
And
that dude put that shit on Live Leak, and
that
then
was so fucked up.
Some guy shared it, and then he got like 12 years in jail or 14 years in jail or some shit
by the New Zealand government, which
that's
kind of
crazy
because he was that's like trying to suppress what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, what I get it's an atrocity. I get like certain people shouldn't see it, but guess what? It happens.
Just blur. You should maybe blur it out. Blur out some of the identities or faces or some shit if you want to be like.
So people can see it blurred out.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to see people killed. Like most people will not go and look at the uncensored version, if there is a censored version, for them to see it happening. They're not going to be like, well, I want to see a bunch of Muslims get killed, you know? Like, because that was a really sad video. You know, it was really upsetting. And I don't know, like, we're in such a time where it's like these...
There was one time I was on Instagram and, like, I was going through my stories, and there was someone who already just posts, like, aggressive things, I'll say. And I usually don't watch their stories because I know that. But then, like, one day I was just going through and it was, like, this regular video, I thought. And it was, like, this Spanish guy and he was talking, and then out of nowhere he just, like, gets killed. Wait, and what? He was like, he got murdered.
How did
like,
he get killed? Because
he got shot like a bunch of times.
See,
and then like fell over, and it was like, this shit is not, and like in the face, and just it was really fucked. Like I cried about it. Like it really fucking.
Mexico. I've seen a couple of like
it was
actual
bad.
Snuff films, like
I
just, like,
wish I never saw that.
Phone recorded films of people
it was
each
a
other.
phone recorded.
So like this one was, there was one where this guy, I guess, hit on the like a cartel boss's. This is the story that was there. I don't know if that's actually why he got killed, but the story was like he hit on a cartel boss's woman, and they fed him ecstasy so he'd stay awake, and they amputated him limb by limb on video.
That's terrible.
That's a little much.
Yeah,
That's
shit.
What
is it? Live Leak?
Them boys
he was on
excessive.
Live Leak, yeah.
Live
and then there
Leak,
was
man.
one. There was one from Brazil
Shit.
where I forget what the woman did, but they took a woman out into the fucking forest, and they took a log and they beat her over the head with the log until it was like pulverized into the mud. And like this shit exists, right?
And that's the
So, like,
problem. Like I don't
I think that
want to see it.
No, you don't have, but you have the choice of whether or not you see it.
Well,
the thing.
I
When it
didn't
comes
have
to-
the choice to see that one. Like that shit just popped up. Like I had no idea
It just
that's
popped
what
up on you.
But keep in mind what she said. She usually doesn't click this person's story because they post
But I'm
stuff
surprised it
like
was
that.
Aggressive shit.
Yes, and you clicked it,
But-
and saw it, and got upset.
But I'm surprised it was still even
That
up. That's what
true.
I'm saying. Like, why the fuck was that shit even on
How
there
you gonna catch it
still?
that quick? Somebody has to report it. Shit
Yeah.
doesn't just get taken down. Somebody has to report it.
It's like
'Cause
Nightcrawler,
Here's the thing. Think about this, because this goes into the whole, I guess, what are you going to call it? Right to post shit. If they did post it and the shit immediately got pulled down without any type of reporting, that would kind of set a red flag if you think about it. Because it's like,
True.
damn, you just pulling my shit down and nobody saw it. Like, even if it shouldn't have been posted, how did you pull the shit down without any human reporting it?
Sure.
Think about that.
That's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
Well, I guess also what's disturbing about it then is like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It was really upsetting. I didn't
It's
like
sad.
it.
That
It's
just
sad
made
that
herself
this happened.
sad.
It's made me hungry.
I'm sorry.
That's fucked up.
Oh my gosh, he's going in.
You can't eat on Mike.
Jeez.
Watch me.
All right, so to a little bit of a lighter-hearted story.
R. Kelly.
No, not yet.
God damn it.
Trump is a racist.
No, hey, you watch your mouth talking about him.
No, okay, so like
Whoa.
I still don't believe that. I don't think Trump necessarily cares for Mexicans and Chinese people, but like other than that, I wouldn't call him a racist, right? Like I think he just doesn't like those particular countries. So I thought I had the tweets pulled up. Apparently I don't, but he sent out some tweets this past week that were I'll paraphrase since I don't have them out, but he did say there are congresswomen who are saying how bad America is, who come from countries that either have dysfunctional governments or sometimes no governments at all.
Oop.
And if they don't love America, maybe they should go and fix their broken communities. It was a paraphrase.
fired,
That was a
shots fired.
large paraphrase, by the way. If you looked up the tweets, that's not verbatim at all. But it's about what he said. But the big key things there, right? So the squad. I didn't know they were called the squad until this happened.
He named them that, by the way.
The squad.
He did, and they accepted it. That's the best thing they could have done. Honestly, that's the only.
That's the
way
best thing he could have done.
But that's-
it
but that
works
makes-
for him.
Listen. Trump has dunked all fucking week. I just want to say that. That boy's jumping from the free throw line.
We'll get into some other shit later.
Slam motherfucking dunk.
We'll actually pull up that one update before we go into the rest of the updates. But so this tweet, it was like 3 tweets, I think. Since I still fucking can't find them. were apparently directed at all 4 of the squad, which is Ilhan Omar, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. What's the one Arab woman's name whose name I can never remember?
Their names don't matter, bro.
So there's 4, and then there's just a black lady. And then there's just a black lady, right?
Keep moving.
What is like Rashida Tlaib or something?
Yeah, Rashida Tlaib, and then there's a black lady.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and who like so
the Annoying Bride Club. Keep moving.
Okay, so this tweet only literally applied to Ilhan Omar, right? She first of all was not born here. Secondly, the country she comes from doesn't have a functioning government. That's why he specifically said some without
Where
a
is she
functioning...
from again?
Somalia.
Somalia.
They don't have a functioning government. That's why any anarchists get told to go move to Somalia. That's a joke that we hear. You know, so it was directly targeting her, right? But it was like one of those things. It's like when you say when you're trying to call somebody out who said some shit earlier, and you're in a group of people, and you're like, some people think this. You know, it's like, yeah, some congresswomen who are from out of the country that don't have governments in that country should fuck off,
Bro,
Yeah.
straight with the laser beam and scope.
But it's with a laser
Pointed
beam.
at her head, bro.
It's obviously with a scope, but it's deemed as targeted at 4 people, one of which, like, not only is from, because 3 of them are from here, right? One of them, she's just a black woman. She's like this, like, where is he telling her to go back to?
Can we use it as a soundbite, please?
Talking about all.
Yeah, apparently he's talking about everybody, and so here's where it gets
Anybody
crazy,
can get it.
right? So here's where it gets really wild. The House actually decided to do a vote on whether to condemn these tweets as racist and bigoted, right? Here's the big issue. There's a big issue with this, other than the fact that
2K19.
they spent the money.
Fucking waste of taxpayer. Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I'm
biggest
kind of pissed off.
Don't
I
even
mean,
get me
like,
started on Area fucking 51.
No, we talked about that last week. So it's not even the taxpayer money at this point, because that is stupid. But Nancy Pelosi is the one who brought this whole argument up as the speaker. House rules specifically state, like literally specifically state, that while on the floor, you cannot say that the president made a racist or bigoted statement. You can say it outside of the floor all you want, but on the floor there are rules of etiquette. Just like you're not allowed to attack another Congress member. It's etiquette, And so she was held. She was banned from speaking at first, and then they did a second vote
to let her speak
to say that it didn't matter. Like they refused, because there's 2 options. You can either strike her words from the record and say that it never happened, even it's going to be recorded, but it's not going to be said, because the whole thing, the way I interpreted that rule, right, was that that's on record in your country's history, in the official history of your country, that someone in the government is calling the leader of their government a racist or a bigot, or attacking each other, which is not what we're supposed to be about. And the Democrats refused to strike her words from the record, and instead voted to allow her to continue to speak on the floor, even though she violated House rules, which has set a precedent, which essentially changes House rules. So now you can call the president, or I guess at this point any other member of the government, a racist or a bigot while in the House, not on news, but while voting for shit and like actually on our dollar.
But the problem with that is that's like, that could be a matter of personal opinion,
Well, they voted on it. It's a matter of majority opinion at this point.
Yeah.
Well, it happens, I guess.
So
it's kind of a waste.
So here's my other issue with them condemning it as racist, right?
Yeah.
Country of origin is not directly related to race. He mentioned go back to where you came from. That has nothing to do with who they are racially.
It has to do with where you came from originally.
Yeah.
I
mean, it can, but not.
I mean,
it doesn't have to.
You got to see why people would take it that way, though.
Well, because that's the easy route, easy way to think. But
yeah,
but it was him directly. And Trump has said some shit that is mildly racist. I don't think this is actually one of them. I really think it was.
I'm not saying that it is, but I'm just saying, like, that's how most people are going to look at it, is that through that lens.
I don't know, and I don't agree with telling people to go back to where they came from. This is America.
So wait,
personally, I don't agree with that, but it wasn't racist. And it was kind of directed at one person.
So wait, if Trump gets ASAP Rocky off, are they gonna forget about this little faux pas?
No, they're gonna call him racist somehow. He got ASAP Rocky off because I don't know.
Well, he's not off yet.
He tried. Apparently, he tried. So we're gonna do this update. We're gonna skip one and then go back to it. ASAP Rocky. We talked about him last week. He's in Swedish jail.
They got that man held up
for
Not
24
even
days.
That man sleeping
Not
on
no
yoga
bail.
mats, bro.
They
That
took
man
out his
got
braids.
ringworm.
They took out his braids.
He's sad.
Some
So-
sweaty people.
So Trump sends out a tweet. My friend Kanye.
Bread.
I just talked to Kanye West about his friend ASAP Rocky, who is in jail in Sweden. I hope to talk to the impressive Prime Minister of Sweden, and then tags them about this. Apparently, Trump's not really able to get ASAP out. The thing is, though, shouldn't he be extradited?
Nah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're not gonna
I don't know how extradition works actually, but I
To
think it would
face
have to be some federal
criminal
crimes.
charge. Yeah, this is just a street fight at best. This
So
is
why
not-
is he in here
assault.
for 24 days on a street fight?
Well,
That's just the way it works.
part of it
there, I
is
guess.
their process is that they hold you for a certain amount. We kind of talked about it on the last podcast, but it's like part of their process. They,
you were saying if he was a citizen, then he would have already
yeah,
been out.
the people
Which is,
who
I
he
think,
got
is
into the
more wrong.
altercation with, they're roaming the streets. They're
I
fine.
bet-
They're
I
out.
bet they are.
They're fine because they're not a flight risk. Now they consider him to be an extreme flight risk, which is why they haven't granted him bail, even though they don't really have a bail system.
Oh,
there,
because he
which-
just wouldn't show back up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people get caught up and they just don't. They
But
just
would
like,
you
fuck it.
would
I'm-
you I'll never go back to Sweden.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's
no,
I
fuck this
won't
place.
get
I
arrested
just
in any
won't.
other EU
I just
country.
won't come back. No, it's
So yeah,
specifically
I get
just
that,
in
but
Sweden. I
Why,
just
why
won't
are
come
they
back.
trying to punish him so hard for beating some ass?
To make an example, because they don't
That's
like.
fucking stupid. You can't get into a fight because somebody's essentially stalking you.
He beat up the boys.
But yeah,
We should start a petition that this is racist because Sweden will get pissed about that. They'll be like, "We are not racist." That was way too.
yeah, it's a liberal. Sweden is like a liberal utopia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're very, very super PC. Love any sort of migrant. This is they are
Apparently,
imprisoning-
right?
They are imprisoning a black man and treating him differently than they would a white man who lives there, or a brown man who lives there. Who's to say? What's the demographics of black people there? If they're a far enough minority, you could definitely say that there's a system of oppression.
Well, I was listening to. There's another show I listened to, and they were talking. As a comedian, and one of he's his producer or whatever. So they were in Sweden, and they were going to this club, and they tried to go inside, and the bouncer let his friend in who's white, and they stopped him and like, we don't allow, we don't allow niggers in here basically. So the guy squares up with the with the bouncer, and they start going at it. And not only does the bouncer not go to jail because apparently he was doing his job, but they lock him up for like a month. For being called, you know what I mean. So
I want to do a sidebar from our actual talks. The term "person of color," right?
Mm-hmm.
How is that any different than the term "colored person"? Because it's in Spanish, it's said the same. Mm. It's literally what that means, right? And I have a theory because when you think about college professors, who do you see?
Professor.
What's the majority race of college professors?
White
people. How old are they? They were born in like the 50s, 60s, 40s.
Yeah, older.
So a bunch of college professors convinced around 2012, I think, is when it started taking hold. Convinced a bunch of people, our age, a little bit older, a little bit younger, depending on when they went to school, that calling people colored is okay, but it's not just for blacks anymore. It's anybody but the whites. And I think that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it is.
In all honesty, I think it's weird how there's just this general obsession with categorizing people,
right?
Because they're all just fucking people. It really doesn't matter.
We're all one race. The human race.
Yeah, but people can't see through that shit.
People don't like it when I like to call different races breeds.
That's
it sounds dehumanizing, but that's really kind of what it is. We're all the same species, but we're different breeds. We're literally we come from different breeds. So it sounds dehumanizing, but it's better than calling it a different race.
I see what you mean.
I
You know?
I get it, but yeah, nah, bro.
I mean, like, it's
Yeah,
just slight
nah.
different features.
Different phenotypes.
Yeah, different phenotypes.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like, I mean, you can find things that quote unquote don't belong in any of the groups. You know what I mean? So it's not like we're really all that different because anyone could have those features that I guess you wouldn't expect them to have because they belong to
I mean, that's
whatever.
that whole thing's irrelevant. But we really
It's all irrelevant because we're all people.
So this whole
Sniper fire.
classification shit, it's crazy. You know, you can't compare pain from individual to individual. So how are you going to lump it with people? You know, like it's just a sad thing.
And speaking of pain, the Cats movie trailer was painful to watch.
So the trailer, it's got Taylor Swift.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
Fuck that
Neo-Nazi
bitch.
Taylor Swift.
She's really?
No.
Probably.
Poll kind of like idolized her.
Yeah.
And she never came out like against Trump directly, and like she was actually being criticized for never coming out against Trump until
Yeah.
she got with that super leftist dude, and then she like was like, "No, fuck Trump." You know, like teardrops on my guitar because Trump was elected. So
was that the thing?
well, she had the song called "Teardrops"
On my guitar because Trump is
on
a
my
thing.
guitar, yeah. So
But yeah, fuck her.
this whole thing, it's CGI'd. It's quote live action, right? CGI. It's the Cats Broadway musical CGI'd with Taylor Swift and Idris Elba's in there. Who else?
Dame Judi Dench.
I don't know who that is.
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson.
That just sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's very terrible.
Jonathan's still not here.
Terrible.
Ooh.
Jennifer, fuck off, Jennifer.
Maybe they were going
She's
through a
still
gender
No,
reassignment surgery.
He's late. Yeah, he's going from
They're trying to finalize the switch on the
He's
on
going
the
from
internal
M to
app.
F, and now he needs bandages.
So this movie, it's got the furries in a ruckus because you got anthropomorphic Taylor Swift cat.
Oh, I bet they can't fucking stand it.
They're so happy. They're yiffing. They're out there jerking off in fursuits. Shouts out to the furries. You guys are disgusting.
If I ever see one,
and I say that in general. Like I don't
you
care
gotta
who
fight.
you are. If you are a furry, I consider you disgusting. That is not the views of the entire podcast. From my,
I agree.
You're most likely disgusting.
Yeah,
Like,
you probably haven't
I'm not
showered
saying-
in a
I'm not
couple
saying
of
you're
days.
a bad person. Like you're probably a great guy, you know, or girl.
Maybe.
I think at the least we can say you're weird.
There was
Well,
that.
we're all
Weird.
weird.
There
was all that furry-
I consider you disgusting, and that doesn't matter.
What
My
about all the
opinion of you
furry
is
gate
irrelevant.
shit?
You're most likely.
What?
All the furry gate stuff. Yeah, furry gate. I only know a little bit about it. I saw it on like Mr. Medicare's shit. He talked about it.
Mr. Mediocre?
Yeah, Mr. Mediocre. Yeah. So like he pretty much talked about these leaks that I guess they happened on Discord or somewhere else or some bullshit like that where they were like these like people that talked about, you know, fucking animals and like animal torture and bestiality type shit. Like just weird furry people. Like it was a big thing that was in some sort of furry
people who
circle.
dress up as animals.
Yeah,
would
people that dress up as
fantasize
animals.
about having sex with actual animals.
No, they did. They actually did.
They
have
actually
sex.
had
They
the
actually
sex.
did, and
So
there
that's
was like
further
some
than-
weird
that's
criminal
further than
criminal
being a furry.
shit. Like
At
there
that
was,
point, you're being in like real actually.
Wait,
into
hold up.
bestiality.
Say that again. You said they dressed as animals and they fucked.
Did
other
they dress as
animals.
animals as they fucked the animal?
No. They were actually
That's
fucking
wild.
real animals.
But were they in their fursuits?
That I don't know.
I just asked that.
Oh, that's what I thought you. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying
Sorry.
to figure out.
No.
I
I don't know. But
you know what it's
fucked
called
up.
when furries fuck in their fursuits?
What?
Yiffing. There's
What?
furries that just dress up for the fun of it and have their fursonas, and then there's the yiff furries who like might have a hole cut into their fursuit. And so I went to my niece's baby shower
That just
last
smells
year.
like just.
It's a hell of a transition.
No. This
Just
is still tied in. This is not a
stank.
transition. This is a tie-in. So I went to my niece's baby shower last year at Jay Blanchard Park, you know, over like on the east side, and I walk like I park and I start walking in. And I'm like, those don't look like any part of my family. And then I see somebody in like a fucking like a blue fox suit. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? It was right around Halloween.
Turn around, get back in the car, go home.
It was right around Halloween because like I was just told we're at the pavilions. You know what I mean? So like the first pavilion I walk up to, I see it. Like I didn't walk all the way up to it. I started seeing furry people. I'm like, wait a minute. And then I look at there's like a little.
These aren't my relatives.
Yeah, exactly. I see a little printed sign on the fence, and it's like Furloween, and I'm like, oh no,
yikes.
Oh no! And there's like the dudes that the experienced guy has with him there, and like dudes that look like that, like older gentlemen with silver hair, like they're just in business attire. Like it's like, and then there's people in yiff suits, and then you got like orange haired people, and then you got like a guy literally dressed as a My Little Pony character, and
he's fucking 45.
And I was just trying to go to my niece's baby shower.
I can see how that would be very
this shit on the little Econ
very
River.
jarring.
Yeah. It's like that seemed too public. Like I don't want to shame anybody, right? But like that shit.
Well, you are.
I just don't want to. I am doing it, but I would rather
involuntarily.
Not. Yeah, but keep that shit in private and don't be turned on by anthropomorphic cat CGI. This is not your time.
That's just how they're born, though.
I don't know anything about the background story of the Cats movie. My biggest issue is that the internet is sexually attracted to Taylor Swift cat form, and that's my biggest issue with the whole thing.
It's just everything's weird.
I'm not a fan of this. You don't need to make cat people that realistic. It was a Broadway film, or a Broadway musical. You know, like leave it at that. Don't bring CGI into it. You know, like
I think that just makes it look extra. I don't know. It's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable.
It's gonna be very weird. It's very unsettling.
It's gonna be a bunch of white people that go see it. It's for the white people.
It's mostly for white people. So I got a couple updates I got to make, and then I got one last big topic we got to talk about. So let me run through these updates real quick. We already talked about ASAP Rocky, but
Trump's getting them out. And
hopefully
people aren't gonna.
Sidebar, like I said earlier, Trump has dunked, swished it all week. He's
go off for a second.
He's just fucking balling. Like he's unbeatable. You can't beat this guy.
I totally forgot about when Ted Cruz.
You just gotta love him.
No
one's gonna beat him.
The only person who's able to beat him
is himself.
Would be AOC, but she's not old enough.
Oh,
she's the only person
she's a good
polarizing
contender.
enough.
Yeah. I think that was Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Whatever.
Kamala.
Javaris referred to her as a roach, and I thought that shit was funny. She's a roach.
You know how little of the black vote she's gonna get when they fucking push her?
Oh, because she's fucking feds, man.
Yeah,
she's feds.
Exactly. Do you know how many black people she locked up? Wrongfully, at least 3. Wrongfully 3.
I mean, but I get she's like, I just lock up criminals. But
yeah, no, she was
like,
tough. Was tough on crime.
Yeah.
What does tough on crime mean historically? Anyway, we're not talking about her.
Yeah, move on.
What we're talking about is this thought who was selling her fucking bathwater, allegedly did not give people herpes. Belle Delphine.
Wait. You can pass it that way?
You can't. There was like a
there
was like a tabloid headline going around that at least 50 people contracted herpes.
From the bath. Okay,
yeah,
I
mentioned it last week as it being fake.
That's right.
It's fake. But what did happen today? Actually, just today, her Instagram account has been suspended for nudity and explicit behavior. So, like, can we just get a round of applause, boys?
Wait, well, was she?
Stand down, everybody.
Was she actually nude?
We got her.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Down.
She's selling bathwater. This is a big day in the Thought Patrol.
Silent scoped her fucking
battalions.
ass. Bye.
So apparently, what happened, right? This is how they're framing it. I don't know. I haven't been on 4chan in a while, so I'm sure if I had been on poll this
lies.
No, like really, like honestly, but like I'm sure if I was on poll, like we could see that this happened. I don't doubt that this was. It says there was a coordinated reporting campaign against her. So I am assuming that this is real because this sounds like what 4chan would do. So she had 4.5 million Instagram followers, and
that's it.
And shot to internet fame with 2 stunts this year, selling her bathwater for $30 a bottle. First of all, it's a jar, and tricking her fans into thinking she was going to make porn for Pornhub.
Jar like mason jar.
It was it's not quite a mason jar, almost like a small,
it's like one of those little piss
Vaseline
containers.
jar. It's like a Vaseline jar.
like
No,
those
it's
doctor's piss
squatter than
containers.
that. It's like
it's
wider,
like a piss container.
Yeah,
but it's wider
you're right.
and
It's-
shorter than that.
It's not exactly a
It's
piss
probably
container.
about the same
but-
volume,
Correct.
but it's wider and shorter.
it's like a
Oh,
it's
any
like,
container.
it's like a chode.
It's like something.
Any
it's like
container
something
you
you'd
put
pull,
piss in
like-
is a piss container.
It's the chode.
Well, it's
of,
bathwater.
Piss container.
It's a bath water container.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Which
whatever
may as well
it
be
is.
piss.
I mean, I really hope no one actually bought that thinking it was fucking bathwater.
Well,
Like,
People
the one guy
probably
vaped
did.
it. Some people drank it. That's the saddest thing. Like, okay, so you're gonna call these guys incels, but then exploit them for being so sad.
And then they do dumb
like they're
shit
super.
like this.
These are super sad people who.
You have
You
to
know,
shame them
dude,
into changing
like,
their behavior.
They
That's
don't
the only
have.
way.
These are the kind of guys that don't have that cool uncle that is just like they can see like this guy's not gonna get laid.
I never
and
had an
takes them
uncle.
to a hooker and just gets them
I
blown.
hope
like
someday
they
I'll be
they
able to
don't
do that to
have
my nephew.
cool fan or friends.
I never had a cool uncle like that. I mean, my uncle's all right. And
He never took you to a brothel.
no,
Obviously, not a good enough uncle.
guess not. Might be right
My
there.
cool
pal.
uncle took me to a strip club for the first time, so that was
I don't know any of my
That was a
uncles, and
thing.
they're all in their 70s if they're still alive. But you know, I want to be that cool uncle. I've been an uncle since I was 2. Actually, since I was born, I've been an uncle. My niece, my one niece, is a couple years older than me. But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
gonna teach him how to smoke rice
That's
cigarettes.
the 5th time tonight I've
Stop.
dropped
It's
my
cracked,
jewel.
bro.
Yes, it's
That is-
fucked,
that is
bro.
the
Don't even
80th
pick it up.
time. No.
Continue.
Yeah, it's become part of the ground now.
So the sad thing is, right, like people did buy her bathwater, her quote bathwater, which when it came out, it had no traces of DNA. I was right this whole time. We can just put a figurehead to get these quote thirsty gamer boys all riled up and just sell them water. Only like one of them's gonna test it. It'll sell out before anybody publishes the results.
Pretty smart, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was saying as soon as she launched the campaign, and then they tested it, and it had nothing in it. But that was already after it was sold out. So I don't know how many she sold out of, right? Like, I don't know how many $30 increments she got.
But maybe she was wearing like a bunch of clothing and shit.
Well, no. Well, you'd still get... The way she took a picture in the bath, she's wearing a bodysuit
Yeah,
type
I
thing,
seen that.
but that would still have human DNA in it from her legs.
Could be.
Like, there would be skin flakes.
Could be.
So this bitch, she's lost
The fact that
essentially her
anybody
main
would
sense of
spill
fame.
that
Except
that kind of money is
so
ridiculous.
this is almost like it's different in the circumstance, but this is almost like a Danielle Bergoli situation. Like she's getting famous off something stupid, right? And this is only going to like her Instagram getting banned is just going to highlight her into fame. You know what I mean? Like
but like, what happened? I mean, where is she gonna go from there? Twitter,
Pornhub,
Twit. Well, yeah.
you know, like. And if not that, then I mean they can do. I mean, like you have people like Mia Khalifa who did like 10 porns and then got out of the industry completely. Like she could do like literally one video, like Mama June, like
Mama June.
Yeah, Mama June did a porn. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that
no.
happened. That actually happened.
I know the
Zav
one
seemed
girl.
very concerned. She was like, "Oh no."
I don't like that information. I'm just gonna erase it out. But the one girl from Teen Mom, she did the one porno. But she was
Teen
already
Mom.
on
yeah,
Teen
yeah,
Mom.
Which one?
Farrah.
I was gonna say the dysfunctional one, but they're all dysfunctional.
Yeah.
You know, I've
Yeah.
never seen an episode of Teen Mom.
Well, I mean, it's probably what you would expect it to be. It's
So this girl's main source of income is gone, right? So good. She doesn't need income for selling bathwater. She can still sell her shit. She's got pinups and shit. She got posters. Because I went on her store because I saw a meme that was like her gamer girl urine where there's only one. It's $15,000. I wanted to see if that was real. Don't think that was real. But I was hoping it kind of was. I was really hoping she just pissed in a jar and sold it to
I would have
some
got
guy.
that together quick.
No, I was just hoping that some guy bought it for $15,000 so I could make fun of him, but I couldn't confirm that existed. So
That's
a shame.
That's just bad money management at that point.
If you got money to be buying $15,000 piss,
why would you need
What are
8
you doing
ounces
with
of piss
your- yeah.
for $15,000?
it's for sentimental reasons.
That's what the description.
Yeah, I
you
remember.
saw the meme,
Yeah, I
you saw
did see
the
that.
meme.
Yeah,
That's fucking.
but that's what her
scary.
bathwater said.
So
Like it's for don't consume it. It's for sentimental
yeah.
purposes.
So in all, fuck this bitch. I'm glad she. But at the same time, fuck anybody who bought the bathwater. Even if you bought it to test it or you bought it to vape it for fucking views on your YouTube, I don't care. You funded thotry. and I'm not with that shit.
And
we're
our
moving
stance
on.
here is we're tough on thoughts.
We're tough on
Very tough
Autry
on
here.
thoughts.
So we're moving on to R. Kelly. Apparently, so he got arrested again. Apparently,
roped
right
us
now
in.
he is in solitary confinement over mortal fear of other inmates.
He's going away, man. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go away.
Do you really think he's scared of other dudes in there? Like
actually,
seriously?
like literally.
You think he's really?
No.
I don't think he's scared.
No, because R. Kelly's kind of a scary dude. Honestly, like he might be able to sing, but that doesn't make him any less hood. And he's kind of like a big. You've seen Trapped in the Closet. Him next to Twan. Twan's a big ass dude. He's only a little bit bigger than R. Kelly.
That's
I feel like
crazy,
R. Kelly
man.
still looks like he'd get tried, though.
So
I think he has to prove himself.
I've got some literal sidebars on this article I'm reading.
He's gonna have to shank
It's
somebody.
on the more on
Day
R. Kelly.
one.
I think
right?
the R stands for Rico now.
You might just get hit with the Rico.
charge. So I love this more on R. Kelly side thing. It's like extreme danger. R. Kelly ordered to be held without bond. And then it's got one that's like R. Kelly, quote, enablers reportedly gave underage sex tapes to feds. How does that sentence make sense? If she's an R. Kelly, if that person is an R. Kelly enabler, then why?
What does that even mean?
Then why would they?
Why would they snitch on him?
Why would they snitch on him? Why would they give the sex tapes to
What
the
does
feds?
that mean? Again, like what is that?
You're enabling R. Kelly as a
Yeah, no, I know what the word, but it's like
what does that mean as a title?
Yeah.
What does that entail?
Who the fuck
It's the
wrote
people
that?
who were helping him shoot the 34th chapter of Trapped
Oh,
in the Closet.
his like posse, his fucking crew. Mm-hmm. The niggas he hung out with.
Hey. So
Wow.
So R. Kelly.
Tremendous. Fucking
R. Kelly is here.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. No, I wish. No, R. Kelly's in jail. He's in jail, but he's in that jail.
He's singing all the songs to
Oh
himself.
wow! This is a fun start of the second. This is the second paragraph of this article that I'm reading from page 6. Let me just give some credit to page 6 here, even though I really don't know their thing. But page 6 says he's relieved to be in solitary confinement as he awaits trial on federal sex crime charges against underage girls because he fears for his life behind bars. The accused pedophile's lawyer, and that's just like my favorite sentence there.
It's like Ronald Goldstein or something.
Yeah. Oh no. It's Nicole Blank Becker. Her middle name is Blank. Her middle name is Blank.
No.
So, R. Kelly's lawyer, Nicole Blank.
That's not a good sign.
I just love how it's good. The accused pedophile's lawyer. Like that's such a wording. Like that is a particular wording there. Like
it's a specific wording.
Yeah, that was
piece
very,
of shit human being.
Yeah, this was a very deliberate wording, and I like it. I'm not against it. I mean, if you want to get technical, you can use the ANCAP thing. Use a alpha B or whatever it is. They're teenagers.
Alpha B.
Yeah, it's whatever the
Oh
teenage
yeah,
version.
like
yeah.
there's the different age groups. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
but
like
regardless, they're
like,
children. Regardless, this guy was fucking
Is that a
children,
bleep?
right?
Alpha B.
No, me from me. Yeah, that's a bleep.
That's two bleeps.
Is that 2 bleeps? I thought that was 1 bleep.
No,
tonight.
he said it and you said it.
No, just from I think.
Is it in the
I don't
context?
I don't understand what a beep is.
Oh, that's 3 bleeps. We're not going to talk about this. We'll talk about this later. I'm not getting into this. Kuche's going to choke me if I try to get into this. I almost wanted to. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna bleep all 3 now. We're gonna bleep all 3.
Oh my god!
Oh man, that clip almost didn't need to exist.
Oh god, that was
Holy
good.
shit, man!
Fucking swish.
That was rough.
It's the way she said it too.
Yeah, so
clearly.
all in all, no, just wait. This is gonna be talked about later.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that later.
I'm fucking crying.
So R. Kelly, he's not only is he in solitary confinement, but he refuses the book cart.
Book cart.
That was a joke about him being illiterate.
He's taking up. I was gonna say he's taking up Judaism.
Is he? That'd be fun. You can't bleep that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So Tay-K, our good friend. I guess he's 19.
He's not really our friend.
Say it in my motherfucking
He's not
face.
my friend.
He's like
In
that
my
child.
motherfucking face.
I almost said child murder, and that implies he murdered a child, but he was a child
when he committed the murder.
Allegedly.
He was possibly also an adult too.
Well, now.
Yeah, maybe now.
But like,
I don't know when the last time
he's
he committed the murder
what,
was.
19 years old.
Well, I
now?
mean, he's been in prison since he.
What,
has
2016?
been- yeah, since he was 17. So like, there's no way he's committed a murder as of. But it's still allegedly. Oh no, he was found guilty. So he has definitely legally committed 1 murder. 19-year-old rapper Tay-K, which one time I got really confused. I didn't realize his whole name was Tay-K-47, and I remember being like, why did they write it as Tay-K? I thought they aged him as being 47 years old when he was 17.
Oh, God.
No, because it's an easy mistake because the 4 is right over the 1.
No.
Tay-K, age 47.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And this is recorded in one of our earlier episodes talking about Tay-K. Nobody called me out on it, but every time I've listened, I'm like, damn, that's cringy.
That's fucking
So he's
wild.
19 now. This is first season. If you guys want to go listen to me being stupid. So he's been found, god damn it, guilty of murder and robbery.
Man, keep dropping his damn jewels.
Hey, it's down there now. It's gonna stay down until the end of this recording. So,
holy moly, man, this guy's got a
At-
lengthy legal record.
so at the trial, Tay-K pleaded guilty to 2 counts of aggravated robbery by threats, but pleaded not guilty to capital murder and to 2 separate counts of aggravated robbery. Or to a separate count. I'm sorry, to 1 separate count of aggravated robbery. He was accused of participating. I like how they have this, but in a botched home invasion robbery that left a 21-year-old Ethan Walker dead. So, according to this report, he now faces between 5 and 99 years in prison.
What kind of fucking sentence is that?
God
like
damn.
5 to 90?
It's a very long spread,
It's
right?
a vague.
Yeah, it's like okay.
Like, what are the parameters here?
He's probably hoping 5, right?
Hey, you guys said I could get 5.
I would expect, yeah.
You guys said I could get 5.
So his name's Taymor McIntyre, and if you search his name on Facebook, you'll find him when he was like a jit. And there's like a picture of him taking a selfie with like a not a flip phone, but one of those slide to the side phones before everything was smartphones. And it's like, who want to go to the movies
Like a
with
kick,
me?
right?
Something like that, yeah. It's like, who want to go to the movies with me? And he's in the mirror, all like thugged out, looking like more of a child than he looks now. I just feel sad because, like, I remember being 19. I was fucking off when I was 19. You're about to be given a pretty much a life sentence at the age of 19 because you wanted to,
Boy, you
fuck a
done
beat.
goofed. Well, now, I mean, we can honestly say that's got to be the hardest shit
Yeah, that sucks.
of all. No, I mean the song. The
Oh
race.
yeah, no. Tay-K is a legend.
That's fucking.
Tay-K is a street
that's
legend.
Some of the hardest shit ever.
That kid has no soul.
To film a video while you're on the run from that's the biggest fuck you, and to smoke a blunt next to his own wanted poster.
Is the race.
He's
doing the race against
in the video.
He lit
the lyrics. It's the video.
The whole thing.
It's the whole package.
Is amazing.
Tay-K's
the
a legend.
whole fucking package.
I don't
Can we
think
put that in the Smithsonian, please?
I don't think Tay-K should have ever murdered anybody or been involved in anybody's murder, right? But that motherfucker is a legend, and I make that sound like I'm some super like pro everybody's life thing. Like honestly, people die. People die due to other people all the time.
That's
so,
terrible, and it shouldn't happen.
Terrible.
No, like shit. What do you mean it shouldn't happen?
People should not kill other people.
Why not? People have been doing that for millions of years.
Doesn't mean that they should do
it. It shouldn't happen.
Every creature has killed another creature at one point or another. Have you ever killed a roach?
Listen, there's no purpose.
Have you ever killed a roach? There's no purpose to kill.
If there's no purpose,
he didn't want to go to jail right then and there. Have you ever played Skyrim? You kill the last witness, all your fucking bounties erased. That's what he's trying to figure out.
I like how he's equating this case to fucking Skyrim.
No, but rest in peace, Tay-K's career. I wanted him to come up, but sad. He had to murder somebody. He had to do the race.
I feel like that one kid tried to take his spot, but didn't really.
Which one? Comethazine?
YBN?
Yeah,
YBN something.
The light-skinned one.
Yeah, that bitch. He like a bitch.
He looked like Squidward.
Yeah, he. Okay.
I think I know the guy.
I remember they had. Yeah, I know.
YBN dude. Yeah.
Some Corday or something.
No, not that one.
It starts with an M. Namir. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Fucking stupid. All right, so we got one last thing that I wanted to cover, and we're gonna make it as quick as possible. So I have an issue with this whole idea of the newer idea of cultural appropriation, that white people shouldn't use what's called African American vernacular English, which is essentially the PC way of saying Ebonics, right? Like it's Ebonics. Like let's call it what it is. It's been called this for a while. Yes, African American vernacular English is literally accurate. That is a very nice way of putting it. But it's had a word for years. So, okay, I get it. When white people use it, especially if they weren't raised in the hood at all, it sounds fucking stupid. It really sounds stupid, right?
Yeah, white people are so dumb.
Why do Asians get a pass? This is my question. This is the question that I posed. That why do most famous Asian women?
I don't know if I would say most, because I think there's one particular one.
Give me the name of a famous Asian woman right now.
In here. Wait, because they had to build the damn railroads. Like, what the fuck's wrong with
Chinese, you? Not the Koreans, not the Vietnamese.
No, you think they got they got sorted?
What do you mean?
You think somebody was like, "Oh no, are you Chinese or are you one of these other Asians?"
They put on the sorting hat.
Yeah, you think he was like looking at him for like 5 seconds? It's like, "No, your eyes are much too round to be Japanese."
Miscellaneous Asians coming in on the same boat.
I think in different boats, but around the same time.
There's a documented Chinese migration to build the railroad. What do you mean? They were Chinese, most of them. There might have been a fucking handful of Koreans.
Still Asian.
Regardless, yeah, it doesn't matter what they are. It doesn't matter if they built the railroad. What are you trying to say here? Are you trying to compare Asian railroad building to slavery?
Their contributions will go unnoticed.
But they also were disparaged on. Like,
according to him.
Okay.
I think
so.
That
you say one person. You're thinking of Aquafina, right?
Yeah.
Amy Wong. Has anybody ever watched?
I've seen the stand-up
AP Bio. On
yes.
It's got the guy from It's Always Sunny. His Asian coworker, who the actress is Korean, constantly uses It's a thing, and it's almost like they're trying to be cute. It's like extra. They do it extra. And when I say they, I mean Asian women. They do this shit extra. They think it's like it's almost like a mockery of it, but it's because they're not white women. It's looked at as funny because they're, as we talked about earlier, lumped in as people of color when they have no right to act like that.
I can see why AJ's going.
Asians make more money than any other ethnic group in the United States.
That's
facts.
Great. That's great for them.
So
super happy to hear that. I don't know though if I completely agree with you, where I feel like, just because they're Asian or something, it's not, still kind of cringy. I mean, what's cringy is cringy. Like, I feel like
that's what I'm saying. Like, why do they get so much of a pass in the social sense? That's what doesn't make sense to me. Is that like they're almost applauded when they do it?
Are they?
That's what's in their movies and their comedy specials and their TV shows, and that's why they keep getting roles. Because they're the quirky Asian who kind of seems ghetto even though they were raised very rich.
I mean, I'm trying to think about it, and I'm just like,
I see what he's saying, but
I get what you're saying. It's I don't like those people to begin with.
yeah.
Don't say those people.
Not those. I mean, the people that you mentioned.
Okay.
yeah, Ellen Wong, she's okay, but she's not really. Like the last special she had, she was like pregnant. And
No,
she
that
like,
was the second to last one, but yeah.
She like, well, yeah, she like sold it as it's like, oh, okay, you're doing a thing here.
Yeah. And then Crazy Rich Asians. Why are they pushing
I haven't
Asians?
seen that, but I do want to watch it though.
That's an honest question that we don't need to get into.
Well,
but
because
like,
they don't have much representation.
Yeah,
that is fair.
I think
That's actually a fair point that they don't.
Yeah, I think that's the big one.
But you won't see a movie called
Huh?
I mean, ever since
Crazy Poor Niggers or something. Like you're not gonna see a movie like that.
Team Fix Production, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Let's register the corporation.
Crazy Poor Niggers.
Team Fix Production.
Can we make that?
Yeah, sure.
It's Poe though. P-O.
Poe. Crazy Poe.
Oh my gosh.
Man,
It's about dudes trying to start a Poe stand.
What's the one about? What's Crazy Rich Asians?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't
It's about some.
I've never seen
It's
it.
like they go to some Asian country and they're like, oh, there's a fancy, good-looking guy, and it's like, oh, he's the prince, and it's like, oh, but I like him. It's like, oh.
Oh, one of those.
And she just has just enough money to.
I've never seen it.
Okay
This is what I've
Oh,
gleaned
this is
from
what
the
you know
trailer.
of.
That's what I gleaned from the trailer.
Okay, well
Let's
we're
make it a thing. We're gonna watch Crazy Rich Asians.
not tonight.
Not today, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it a date. Everyone's gonna get
It's on
together.
I think it's on Netflix or
I don't.
Hulu
Yeah,
or something.
I don't really have any issue with the Asian.
Or maybe
shit.
it's on HBO. It's on HBO. I got an HBO login.
There's been more like
give me that shit.
like my people representation too.
It's not mine, but
that should
seriously,
happen.
I think it works.
For better or worse.
You're good.
Did you watch
I got
the one
you.
movie
It's a
where the
full
guy
cable
like
login.
did the beetle thing?
No, I didn't
What?
see that one.
Oh,
I heard
okay,
it
I
was
saw
bad.
that. And I'm just like,
right.
I get
But-
this. They're doing a
But
thing.
that
here.
dude Danny Boyle directed it. He's a good director.
I'm just okay. So I'm just gonna say, I'm not okay with the Asians being held less accountable than the white people. That's it.
And I think that might be because you're white.
No, that's
I think
exactly
I
what
see-
it is. That's
well, I mean, I
definitely
see
what
what
it
you
is.
mean. If you like, because they do have high social status. So
Yeah, for you know,
but because there's been no because they're raised and systemically oppress
no, I agree with
black
that.
people, then I think they get a bit of more of a pass.
Yeah, but they are right now in Africa. They're literally colonizing
But
Africa.
people don't
as we
care about
speak.
that shit, man. Like people just care about what's
Like
going on
right
here.
now, they're stealing resources from Africa.
I mean, I care, but I mean, what can I do about it?
Yeah, nobody gives a shit.
I mean,
bro.
I can't mobilize an army.
No, I'm not saying it's not that people shouldn't care about it, but
I'm just saying Asians shouldn't get a pass. That's my take.
Well,
it's an interesting one.
I'm so sorry that you feel personally
I do.
attacked by that, and that it upsets you so much. I don't really have an opinion on it that much because, again, like I said, it's all fucking cringy. I don't really care who does it.
Crazy Rich Asians
It's
got
like-
good reviews, but I don't know if it's good.
I don't know. I haven't seen that, but I'm just like, in terms of
Cringy
using
rich
like
Asians.
the ebonics and
Crunchy,
stuff, I
rich
feel like that's
Asian.
just across like all
who that
types
is?
of movies and
No, well, I mean, I will say
TV
this:
and-
I went to school with some dudes who were like, I don't know what Asian they were, but I think they let's just say Korean.
Okay.
But like,
let's
like,
just say
Just pick one.
That's a good middle
yeah,
ground.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
Doesn't really matter in terms of the
I'm
story.
just throwing it out there,
Yeah.
and they were throwing out nigger left, right,
With a hard R?
Not hard R, but like nigga, and like now, like they just.
Nigga.
I see them from time to time in town.
They know better now, though.
do they say
Not
we're
that they know better,
No?
but like they just.
Yo,
like,
but yo,
if they could identify, they'd identify
So
as black.
anytime one of those white
Culturally.
people who think they have the pass, right? Like, use it
Yourself.
regularly. No, I don't think that.
I'm kidding.
The few times that I've said it, I have honestly cringed myself.
Drunk.
Yeah, I mean, but
on a bender.
But I really don't think that's something that needs to be
bender.
said by most people. You know what I mean? That word especially, I don't think that needs to be.
You know
said
what's kind
by
of interesting
most
though
people.
is that in the Chinese language, the word like nega, it means like it's like a filler word. I mean, it's like it's like he was like 5 feet tall.
Niga.
Nega, yeah.
He was nigga 5 feet.
Yeah, nigga. Don't say it, dude. So
Well, shouts
kinda
out,
funny.
shouts. Was that Cantonese or Mandarin?
couldn't tell you.
Well, there's two.
Google it.
It's one of them.
There's two
It's one of the
different
two.
spoken languages in China.
That I'm
Unwritten.
familiar with. It is one of those 2 Chinese languages.
Well, shouts out. to
Couldn't
China.
make it any more clear than that.
Shouts out to China. So, all right, we're losing the trade war here at the Fiendcast. Hey, do you got something to say? You got
No.
one last take?
No.
No, you got hot takes.
Are we
Let's
plugging
hear it.
our social media shit now?
Yeah, check out Think Tank.
Yeah, I was about to say check out Think Tank's Facebook.
Check out the experience.
Oh, look, hey, that's we're not
ready for that yet in 2019.
Yeah.
Not
my
ready
bad. My
for that
bad.
yet.
Coming 2020.
February
Two.
2020.
Whoa.
Shouts out.
Fuck out of here.
It's rude. Anything else we gotta say? Anything else? You got a thing? No, nobody's got a thing.
I'm thinking. What
No,
else has
man.
happened?
I
Anything
think
else?
we've covered it all, and we brought a high energy show today. And
Wait, did we go over a
Dragon
hot
energy.
girl summer yet? Did we do that?
I don't know what that is, and we're not getting into it. It's an hour 15 in. Stop this.
we didn't put that.
We're
into
stopping
on the
that.
agenda.
That's a hot girl summer. I don't know what that is.
City
Listen.
Boys Up by 100. It's over
No.
with. Pack it up. Go home.
No.
All
It's
right,
over,
so
Zab.
take care.
Remember, sweep the leg.
Sweep the
Sweep
leg.
the leg.
Sweep the leg. Wear clean underwear.
Peace.
What time is it? Past my bedtime.